Hey, Perfect Spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, and they call me the Miracle Man. Now, let's create a miracle in your life, transformation in your life right here, right now. The only thing that's required for that transformation to happen is to throw out your head trash. That sounds really easy, but it is a bit of a challenge. So, I do these daily videos to help getting rid of all this noise and nonsense. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, like, subscribe. Let's get this message out there that you are perfect spirit. You're not your stories, you're not your beliefs, you're not your opinions. It's just stuff that's keeping you stuck in the mud. So today I want to talk about what is the best way to take care of your one body, your one mind. To realize we can't pick up the phone and say, hey, I need a new body, I need a new mind, I need a new arm, whatever it may be. No, this is it. This is what we have. And then we have like millions of videos out there on how to take care of the body and mind, millions of books, take care of the body and mind. There's just so much content out there. And that's great. But the thing you have to realize is the people who created that content, that was their recipe, their blueprint. And it's not going to work the same for you. It may give you some ideas, some insights, but you won't be able to match those results exactly because it's their recipe, their blueprint. And we have a tendency to give our power to other people, thinking that they know what's best for us. But we have to realize that we inhabit this body, we live in this body. The spirit, the soul, the consciousness is the observer, the witness to this body. And within us is the way, that it's not out there. Out there, it may give you some ideas, but ultimately it's coming back into yourself. What is best for you? And not overthinking things, not trying to figure things out. That's head trash. It's mind busyness that we need to let go of. So it's all about learning to tap in and tune into our perfect spirit that's connected to all that is. And we do this by slowing down, by breaking the habit of thinking the answer is outside of ourselves. It's on some book, it's in some video, it's in some teacher, that it's just constantly out there, out there, out there. Now, I'm here to remind you that you are perfect spirit. The answer is within you. And realize the answer comes first, and the mind will second guess it, will doubt the information. And if you don't realize that insight comes first and then the mind comes second, the reactionary, they did all sorts of tests, those showed like these faces come up on the screen, but your body automatically has a response to that before the mind engages, before your eyes actually see it. Just giving you that, showing you like this photo, there's actually a reaction before your eyes react, because we're all operating from spirit, because we are spiritual beings. But we forget that, we're relying on our senses, but your spirit has that instant information. So it's about going within and getting that knowledge, that wisdom. And it all begins by slowing down, by really grounding yourself in this moment, to pick gaps into the thought stream, to realize I'm in my story here, Each gap is more peace. And then peace is really the energy of transformation. If you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed, you'll never have a complete transformation. It just won't happen, because this has to be settled in, has to be tamed, if you will. Or just stress will undo any results rather quickly. Stress is like a toxin, a toxic ingredient within the body with all these stress hormones. So we just need to learn to relax, to be here in this moment, and realize the best way to take care of our body and mind is to have a quiet practice, this skilled relaxation, I call it, where we're just sitting here with no agenda, nothing to accomplish, just sitting here relaxing. There goes the mind thinking, come back to here. Mind thinking, come back to here. But you don't judge, you don't condemn yourself, you don't criticize yourself. You just notice mind thinking. Where are my feet? Where are my hands? What am I touching? It's a rather simple message. That the mind, if the mind's coming here for complexity, this is not the YouTube channel for that. I don't do complex things. I'm not here to teach you the chakra system. I'm not here to teach you this or that, because that just adds more stuff, and I don't want to take away the stuff. So I'm not going to give you word salads. I'm not going to give you big, huge books to read. Because once again, the big, huge books are their recipe, their blueprint. Even in my first book, I talked about all my practices. Pick and choose which one resonates for you. Find your blueprint. Find your recipe. Because your way is going to be perfect for you. And it may help another, but it won't give them the 100% results that you had following your recipe. For example, I haven't heard anybody reading my first book that reversed 5 incurable diseases, because there's some steps in there that will get them onto that path. But then they have to find the rest of the steps for them. And unfortunately, the mind gives up. The mind lacks patience. The mind will do the relaxation practice for a few days and give up and say, this is boring, I'm not achieving anything. It's like going to the gym for one day and expecting to have a ripped body by day 2. No, it's a cumulative effect that the more you relax, the more you settle the body in, then transformation happens. If people did this simple practice of learning to be here, they would be a different person after a month of realizing I have thoughts, but I'm not my thoughts. I am the awareness that is beyond thoughts, that is beyond all things. So I'm not here to give you like a rah-rah type speeches either, because that's motivation, that's like fades. It's really about seeing that the real motivation is within you, igniting your own light. And maybe I'll pour some gasoline onto that to give you some extra fuel, to give you some extra things to remind you how to get back into yourself. But it's all about tuning into you, that you live in your body, you know what's best for you. Stop believing others that they know what's best for you. They don't. They give you ideas, suggestions, but that's their recipe, their blueprint, their thoughts, their head trash, whatever you wish to call it. Ultimately, you know that you know. We simply have to settle the mind and tame the mind, and then take those steps to live from spirit, to be inspired. To be inspired is to be in spirit, to live your truth. What is right for you is not right for another, because they have a different experience. Lots of different experiences. No two people share the same exact experiences throughout life. My experience was being hit by a van and these diseases. No one else has had that path, maybe some similar, but no one has the exact path. That's why it's important that we go inward to find our path and not try to borrow someone else's path, because we're going to run into a dead end eventually, where we have to figure out, oh, this path ended. Now I have to walk the last 10 feet on my own. And that's what I say. I can't heal people. I can take them along the path to a certain way, but then it's up to them to discover the last steps. I get them to remember who they are, but beyond that, it's up to the individual to find their way forward. All right, that's what I want to talk about today, is that there's no answers out there. There's no one best way. There's no one size fits all. Only your size that fits you. I think that's the way to best say it. There's no one size fits all. It's one size that just fits you, and it's coming from within your perfect spirit. All right, well, I'm taking off here. Have a great weekend if you're watching this on a Friday when I recorded this. If not, just realize it's always now, it's always today. Tomorrow will never be here. The past is gone. And we really want to do our best to enjoy this moment to the best of our ability, to laugh, to smile, to celebrate life. All right, take good care.